You know that simple, fluffy circle of goodness you have for breakfast? Well, what if I told you it's hiding thousands of years of history, some absolutely mind-blowing world records, and even a little bit of magic? Let's dive into the secret life of the pancake.
All right, to get us started, I've got a question for you. What on earth could possibly link a perfectly preserved man from the Copper Age, found frozen in the Alps, to the stack of pancakes sitting on your breakfast plate? Sounds kind of crazy, right?
The answer is the pancake. And that one simple connection kicks off this incredible journey that shows how this humble food is actually one of humanity's oldest and most beloved culinary sidekicks. So let's start at the very beginning, and I mean the very beginning. We're talking thousands of years before maple syrup was even a thing, or even the kind of frying pan we know today.
And get this, we're not just guessing here. It's incredible. When scientists examined the stomach contents of Ötzi the Iceman, they found what he ate for his last meal: some goat meat and a type of flat, charred cake made from ground einkorn wheat. Basically, the world's first known pancake breakfast.
The story keeps going with the ancient Greeks. They had their own version called tatagenes. The name literally just means frying pan. I mean, how perfect is that? Their recipe was simple, but sounded pretty tasty. Just wheat flour, olive oil, honey, and curdled milk, cooked up over a fire.
Okay, so let's flip forward in time a bit. Let's see how the pancake went from being just a basic food to a real cultural touchstone, showing up in plays, traditions, and even the way we talk every day. Believe it or not, even William Shakespeare was a fan. This line from one of his plays proves that way back in the 1600s, pancakes were already famously linked with the holiday of Shrove Tuesday. It was the food for a big celebration. So what's the deal with Pancake Day anyway? Well, it started for a really practical reason. People needed to use up all the rich foods in their kitchen, eggs, sugar, milk, before the 40-day fast of Lent started. The legend, though, is way more fun. It tells of a woman in the 15th century who was so busy making pancakes that she heard the church bells and just ran off, frying pan still in her hand.
The pancake has even worked its way right into our vocabulary. The saying, flat as a pancake, isn't some new thing. It's been around since at least 1611. So for more than 400 years, we've been using this food to describe everything from a flat tire to a boring landscape.
Right, but you know how we are. Humans can't just enjoy a nice pancake. Nope, we have to turn it into a competition. So let's check out some of the absolute wildest pancake world records ever set.
First up, the heavyweight champion. Cooked up in Rochdale, Manchester back in 1994, the world's largest pancake was an absolute beast. It had a diameter of over 49 feet, that's 15 meters across. To put that in perspective, that's longer than a school bus.
And its weight? Oh, it just tipped the scales at 3 tons. Yeah, 3 tons. That's about the same as a rhinoceros. Just try to imagine flipping that thing. And the calorie count was just as huge, an estimated 2 million calories. That's enough energy to keep a person going for almost 3 whole years.
But hey, it's not always about size, right? It's also about skill and just pure endurance. The highest pancake toss ever recorded soared 31 feet and 1 inch. That's 9.47 meters straight up in the air. And maybe the most mind-blowing one of all, one guy ran an entire 26.2-mile marathon while continuously flipping a pancake, and he finished in just over 3 hours. I mean, wow.
But the pancake story doesn't just end with ancient history or crazy records. It's still shaping our lives today, from the convenience foods in our kitchens to some really charming superstitions.
Here's a fun fact you probably didn't know. Pancakes are pretty much the pioneers of convenience food. The very first ready-mix food ever sold in a store was Aunt Jemima pancake flour all the way back in 1889. So yeah, every Just Add Water mix you see on the shelf today owes a little thank you to the humble pancake. And finally, let's talk about a little bit of magic. In France, there's this really lovely tradition for good luck. While you're making crepes, you have to hold a gold coin in one hand, flip the crepe with the other, and if you catch it perfectly in the pan, your wish comes true and you're said to have prosperity for the whole year. So we've seen it go from the stomach of a prehistoric man to a world record-breaking giant, and from Shakespeare's stage to a supermarket shelf. It really is one of our oldest and most beloved foods. Which just leaves one question. After 5,000 years of all this, what could possibly be next for the humble pancake?